Okay, Kim, I see that you want to talk about one of the new features that came out in InfoScale 7.1 called just-in-time availability. What can you tell us about it?
Yes, Bob, that's what exactly I want to talk about.
Okay.
When we look into the virtual environment today, it's really important to do maintenance tasks on the servers which support the infrastructure for the application. And one of the challenges is to do it in a minimum maintenance window. A lot of customers have a very narrow maintenance window and also very high SLA. So it's difficult for them to take time out to do maintenance on when the application is running in a virtual environment. What we will do here is that we see often that the virtual environment is running with VMware HA to do clustering. And on top, if they want more availability on their application, they also have our Veritas cluster server running. It's a little bit awkward to have these two and synchronize these two clustering when they had to do maintenance. So we come up with this solution called just-in-time availability. And one of the prerequisites to run this application is that we have to have the application running in the virtual machine that has to be under control of a VCS set up in a single node environment. Next, we need Veritas InfoScale Operation Manager 7.1 with the HA module or add-on installed as well. Then we will integrate and register vCenter into VOM. So that's in that way we can start managing the vCenter from VOM. When that is set up, then we will get an extra window in the vSphere web client called Veritas App Protect. When that has come up, that's where we will create our maintenance plan about how we will do our failover with the application. So the maintenance plan consists of the IP address of the VMs, of the application. We have the network set up. We have the OS type in there. And the maintenance plan can handle more than one application or one clustering, one virtual machine. It can be set up to handle multiple volumes or multiple VMs in the environment. When all this is in place, we can fire off the maintenance plan when we need to do maintenance on the source VM. So what will happen first is that we will take the application down, and then we'll detach the data disk down here. After that, we will start creating a clone. So we will go out and create a clone of the boot disk. So when that is done, and we have created that clone, we'll take the application down up again. Application will go up, and we have attached the data disk again. What will happen now, we will kick off the clone VM. So we will start up the virtual machine over here. When that is ready to run, and we're ready to fail over the application, we will take down the application again. We'll go down with the application, and then we will take the detach the data disk and attach the data disk to the clone VM over here. When that is attached to the clone VM, then we can start up the application over here, and we'll be running here, and the customer can run the application now on this one. Now we're ready to do the maintenance on the source VM, whatever we want to do, patching the OS, upgrading the OS. And even if something goes wrong, customer can still get to their application because they have running on the clone VM. The clone VM is running in the same shared data store. That means we don't have to add more storage in the environment to run this solution. So it's also a cheap solution. They don't have to do a lot of investment to create this clone VM. So that's really, and when we're ready and we have upgraded or patched our source VM, then we're ready to do a failback. So when the failback is done, we can easily go in and delete the clone VM or reuse it for something else. So that's really what just-in-time availability is about.
Okay. And then when you obviously when you fail back, you bring the data disk back to the source VM, right? Fantastic. Well, Kim, thank you so much for taking us through this new feature of InfoScale 7.1.
You are welcome.